So today I'll go over a paragraph on Lady Macbeth, which I typed up on and this is following on from the previous lesson on Act 1.5. So I will show you how to write a paragraph on how Lady Macbeth is presented in Act 1.5. So here's the paragraph. So if you want to have a pause, have a quick read, and I'll take you through it. This will take no longer than 6 minutes. Okay, so so to start off with, I included a nice topic sentence, and I talked about the writer. I said how Shakespeare presents uh, Lady Macbeth as an unconventional and daring woman. So that was my topic sentence. So let me just label that. This is my topic sentence. Then immediately after that, I began saying how in Shakespeare's description, so I would recommend using this word often in your phrase in your paragraphs often. So in Shakespeare's description, so this is me contextualizing the quote, and then I went on to write down the quote. So the quote I wrote was, Lady Macbeth confesses Macbeth is too full of the milk of human kindness. Then I went on to explain the quote. So this is the first layer of my analysis. So let me just do it in blue. So this is the first layer of my analysis, and then I went on to say how to a certain extent Lady Macbeth is selfish. And obviously if I'm making another point and adding on to my original point, I need to add a supporting quote. So in this case my supporting quote was Palsy in the Eternal Smoke of Hell. And then I talked about how this is a diabolical image. Diabolical image means like it reminds you like basically an association with the devil. Obviously the word hell is implying that it is associated with the devil, hence why I use the word diabolical. Then I went on to say how she talks about how she will chastise with the valor of her tongue. Then after that I included my third layer of analysis. So this is the second layer. This part where I talk about to a certain extent she's selfish. So the one I'm highlighting in green here, this is second layer analysis. And then I went on to talk about, let's go a different color. Okay, then I went on to talk about just chastise the valor of my tongue. And on my third layer of analysis, where I was talking about the chastise of the valor of my tongue, I talked about AO3 context. So in this case, my AO3 context was obviously the Jacobean society. So let me just quickly highlight the context. So in this case, my AO3 context would be me talking about the Jacobean society and how uh women are seen as the weaker sex, and perhaps, and then I said perhaps Lady Macbeth is used as a construct or a social mouthpiece to disapprove these ideologies of society. So basically I'm saying the Shakespeare's message is to um educate his audience perhaps. And then I said after that how she commands the spirits to unsex me here, and obviously mentioning the this is final layer of analysis. I would say that this is the third layer of analysis where I talk about the core and sex me here. You can pause the video now and just take a look at that third layer. And then I've even included some more analysis which you could include. So potentially you could talked about take my milk for gold, or Paladin the smoke of hell, but I've already included that, so we don't need to go into that. But this is a more in-depth sort of analysis of the Paladin in the smoke of hell, particularly because I've mentioned here the motif of the dark imagery. So if you don't like my original analysis of the Paladin in in the smoke of hell, in the dark smoke of hell, you could replace this with one second, let me just underline here. Let's pull this out. You can replace this analysis with this whole piece here in the paragraph. That's only if you don't. That is only if you prefer the second part over the first one. So if you prefer the second part over the first one, you could replace it, and you could just talk about this dark imagery instead of her selfishness. Okay, so I hope this paragraph was useful in your revision.